Whether you're experiencing pain in your lower back, upper back, or anywhere along your spine, you must stop treating the symptoms. Things like massages, medications, and even surgeries are not the answer to your problem. The answer is movement. And in this video, I am not going to give you a quick fix. I am going to give you the 5 fundamental movements that I use to eliminate back pain in my own body. Number 1, the cat-cow wave. This isn't just some yoga pose you hold. This is your spinal mobility reset. Every child can move their spine fluidly like this, but most adults lose it completely by their 30s. The cat-cow wave mobilizes your spine segment by segment, teaches your nervous system to move without fear, decompresses your discs, and activates your deep core muscles. If your back feels stiff, if you get pain bending forward or backward, if your spine cracks constantly, then this is where we start. The secret is you don't have to move perfectly. You just have to move daily. Let your body remember what natural spinal motion feels like. This is supposed to be a fluid, wave-like movement. This is not a static stretch. Your ancestors moved their spines through full ranges of motion all the time, every day, and you should be integrating this into your daily life. So whether you're warming up in the morning, taking a break from sitting, or cooling down at night, you want to perform this movement with intention. You don't have to be as flexible as a yoga instructor right now. What you can do is start with smaller ranges of motion, moving slowly through the positions, and over time, as you get more experience, as your mobility improves, and as your spine loosens up, this will become a natural movement that eliminates your back pain. I would strongly suggest that you start with 10 repetitions twice a day and build up time until you get to a point where you're doing this movement every single morning without fail. Here's how to do it right. Get on your hands and knees in a quadruped position. Your hands should be directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Start with your spine in a neutral position. Now begin the cat portion by rounding your spine up toward the ceiling, tucking your tailbone under, dropping your head down, and pulling your belly button toward your spine. Feel each vertebra flexing one at a time. Then transition into the cow portion by dropping your belly toward the floor, arching your lower back, lifting your chest and tailbone up toward the ceiling, and looking slightly upward. Move slowly and smoothly, creating a wave-like motion through your entire spine. Take about 3 to 5 seconds for each complete cycle. Focus on segmental movement, not just hinging at one spot in your spine. Number 2 is the quadruped hip care. Now this is the hip mobility work you were never taught. Hip cares, which stands for controlled articular rotations, restore full range hip motion, eliminate compensation patterns that cause back pain, strengthen your hip stabilizers, and teach your pelvis to stay neutral. Most people live with locked up hips from sitting all day. When your hips don't move properly, your lower back compensates and takes on stress it was never designed to handle. That's why hip mobility is actually back pain prevention. Now, hip strength and mobility are some of the highest predictors of back health, and yet nobody trains hip cares. So you need to start doing these daily. Let controlled movement restore what sitting destroyed. What you want to do is perform this movement with complete control, just like you do with the cat-cow. If you find it difficult to move your hip through its full range, or if your back wants to twist and compensate, then what you can do is reduce the range of motion and focus on keeping your pelvis completely still. But the point is that you need to move your hip independently of your spine. Strengthen the deep hip stabilizers and allow your nervous system to learn proper hip mechanics again. I would do 1 set per side daily, where you complete 5 full rotations in each direction. Do this consistently over the course of 30 days, and you're going to notice significant improvement in your hips, in your back pain, in your movement quality, and in your overall function. Here's the technique. Start on your hands and knees, again in quadruped position. Keep your spine completely neutral and still throughout the entire movement. This is crucial. Now lift one knee off the ground and begin making the largest circle you can with that knee. Start by bringing your knee forward, then out to the side, then back behind you, then back to the starting position. That's 1 rotation. Your hip joint should be doing all the movement while your spine stays locked in neutral. Do 5 circles in one direction, then reverse and do 5 circles in the other direction. Switch legs and repeat. The challenge is keeping your pelvis from rotating or your spine from twisting. This isolation is what builds the motor control that protects your back. Number 3 is the McGill modified curl-up. Now, you were probably told to do crunches or sit-ups for your abs, and that's completely wrong for back pain. The McGill curl-up isn't about building 6-pack abs. It's necessary for spine stability. This exercise trains anti-extension core strength, builds endurance in your abdominal muscles, and teaches your core to brace properly to protect your spine. Back pain often isn't from weakness. It's from instability and poor motor control. You need to earn the ability to stabilize your spine under load again. So this is how you're going to do it. Lie on your back with one leg straight and the other knee bent with your foot flat on the floor. Place your hands under your lower back to maintain its natural curve. This is important because it prevents your spine from flattening into the ground. Now, keeping your neck neutral and your lower back pressed against your hands, lift just your head and shoulders slightly off the ground. You're not doing a big sit-up, you're only lifting maybe 2 or 3 inches. Hold this position for 8 to 10 seconds while breathing normally. Don't hold your breath, lower back down with control. That's 1 rep. The key is creating stiffness through your entire core while maintaining that neutral spine position. You should feel your abs working isometrically, not crunching or shortening. Do 5 reps holding for 8 to 10 seconds each. Then switch which leg is bent and do 5 more reps. Research from Dr. McGill shows this exercise builds the exact type of core endurance that prevents and eliminates back pain. Start light because this is harder than it looks when you do it correctly. You're building stability and endurance, not doing endless reps with terrible form. Number 4 is the dead bug. Now your core is compressed and weak from sitting 24/7, and you hardly ever train it to resist rotation and extension forces. So you don't need more crunches or planks. You need anti-rotation and anti-extension training. Most people lack the ability to keep their spine stable while their limbs move, which is crucial for every movement in life. The dead bug teaches your core to resist unwanted movement while your arms and legs work independently. And again, this isn't about burning calories or getting a six-pack. This is spinal stability training. If your back hurts during everyday activities, your core stabilization is usually the source. You're going to start off really light with this because your core probably isn't used to this type of work. Your back might want to arch off the ground or rotate. So you can start by only moving one limb at a time using smaller ranges of motion and moving through the position slowly and carefully. Over time, as you become more comfortable, as your core gets stronger, and as your stability improves, you will be able to move with more range and control to the point where you can perform full dead bugs with perfect form. Obviously, along with your cat-cows and your other core exercises, these movements will improve your back health dramatically. But the point is you have to do them consistently, and you have to put intention into your stability work. So progressively challenge yourself instead of just going through the motions. Here's how to perform the dead bug. Lie on your back with your arms extended straight up toward the ceiling and your knees bent at 90 degrees with your shins parallel to the ground. Press your lower back flat against the floor by engaging your core. This is your starting position. Now slowly lower your right arm overhead toward the floor while simultaneously extending your left leg straight, hovering it just above the ground. Keep your lower back pressed flat the entire time. Return to the starting position with control. Then repeat on the opposite side. Left arm down, right leg extends. That's 1 full rep. Do 8 to 10 reps per side, moving slowly and maintaining that flat back position throughout. If your back arches at all, you've gone too far. Reduce your range of motion until you can keep your spine stable. Now, before I show you the 5th exercise, let me address something important. If you're dealing with chronic back pain, stiff joints, or you feel like your body just doesn't move the way it used to, you're not alone. Most people think they're stuck with these problems forever. But what if there was a simple step-by-step system that could help you move pain-free again? I created Reboot Your Body specifically for people struggling with these exact issues. It's a 30-day program designed to restore the movement and strength you've lost, so you can play with your kids or grandkids, get through your day without constant aching, and feel confident in your body again. Imagine waking up without that stiff back, bending down to pick things up without fear, and moving through life the way you're supposed to. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. And number 5 is the glute bridge march. Now, most lower back pain is really weak and inactive glutes. Your glutes are meant to extend your hips and stabilize your pelvis, but modern life has shut them off completely from sitting. When your glutes don't fire properly, your lower back compensates by doing work it wasn't designed to do. Glute bridge marches wake up your glutes, teach them to work independently, build single leg stability, and train your core to resist rotation when your legs move. You're going to feel muscles activating that you forgot existed. The glute bridge march is special because it's not just about squeezing your glutes, it's about maintaining perfect pelvic stability while one leg lifts off the ground. Most people's pelvis tilts and rotates when they lift one leg, which means their back is compensating. This exercise fixes that compensation pattern and builds the stability that eliminates back pain for good. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back with both knees bent and feet flat on the floor about hip width apart. Push through your heels to lift your hips up into a bridge position. Your body should form a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Now here's the key part. Keeping your hips level and stable. Slowly lift one foot off the ground, bringing your knee up toward your chest. Your hips should not drop or rotate. Everything stays level. Lower that foot back down and immediately lift the other foot. Continue marching in place while maintaining that perfect bridge position. Do 10 marches per side, focusing on keeping your hips completely still and level. If your hips drop or twist, you've lost stability. Reset and try again with more control. The glute bridge march is particularly effective because it combines glute activation with core stability and teaches your body to handle asymmetrical loads without compensating through your spine. This is exactly what happens in real life when you walk, climb stairs, or stand on one leg. By training this pattern, you're building the foundation of a pain-free back. Let me give you a simple daily routine you can follow. Spend 10 to 15 minutes each morning on these 5 movements. Start with 10 cat-cow waves, moving slowly and smoothly through your full range. Feel each vertebra moving. Then perform 5 hip cow-Rs in each direction on both legs. Keep your pelvis stable. Next, do 5 McGill curl-ups on each side, holding each rep for 8 to 10 seconds. Then complete 10 dead bugs per side with perfect form. Keep your back flat. Finally, finish with 10 glute bridge marches per side, maintaining level hips throughout. Rest 30 to 60 seconds between exercises if needed. That's your daily practice. 10 to 15 minutes. No equipment needed. Completely scalable to your current ability level. Within 2 weeks of daily practice, you'll notice changes. Your back will feel less stiff in the morning. Your pain during everyday activities will start decreasing. Your movement will feel smoother and more controlled. Within a month, you'll move differently. You'll trust your back again. Activities that used to hurt will become pain-free. Within 3 months, these improvements will feel permanent. Your body will have relearned how to move and stabilize properly. The key is understanding that back pain isn't usually structural damage. It's motor control problems, stability deficits, and movement patterns that have degraded over time. These 5 exercises systematically address each of those issues. You're not just stretching or strengthening randomly, you're rebuilding the foundation of spinal health through specific, purposeful movements. Start where you are right now. Maybe you can only do small ranges of motion on the cat-cow. Maybe your hip cars are limited and shaky. Maybe you can only hold the McGill curl-up for 3 seconds instead of 10. That's perfectly fine. Progress from your current baseline. Add a little more range, hold a little longer. Move with a little more control each week. This gradual progression is what creates lasting change without aggravating your pain. If you want to improve your quality of life, not just now, but for years to come, start doing these movements daily. Make them as automatic as brushing your teeth. Your back health depends on consistent movement through proper ranges with good motor control. These 5 exercises give you exactly that in the most efficient way possible. No wasted time, no unnecessary exercises, just the fundamental movements that matter most for eliminating back pain and keeping it gone permanently.